let's go into the topics now. We've got a bunch of different stuff for you. So last Friday, I had not last Friday, 2 days ago, I should say. I had a work event that I was going to. It was a dinner with like our partner agency, and I had already like I said, I always have like outfits planned in advance, and most of my outfits are perfectly applicable to be worn wherever I want them to. It just depends on, again, like in the moment. And at this point in time, I was gonna wear my purple Aloha shirt from Sunsurf that I got when I was in Japan with my Ascot Chang suit. And as I was about to leave, we were chatting with like our coworkers, like, oh yeah, we're gonna like can't wait to order whatever we want. It ended up being a set menu, which kind of sucked. I couldn't order $120 Wagyu ribeye,
no.
Unfortunately.
I mean, they probably that's probably why they did that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Otherwise, we'd spend a lot of money.
You would spend millions of dollars.
Right before I left, I was checking like to make sure I was going to the right location because there's two. And my friend Annie says, "Well, hey, by the way, like I know you're going to Boa. I know that they have a dress code." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, it's not like who cares?" But then I was like, I should check it just to make sure. Like, I wonder.
By the way, is Annie okay?
Yeah, she's fine.
Okay.
And I looked at it, and it said, here I'll pull it up to see what it says.
Pull it up
verbatim. Boa Steakhouse dress code. We kindly ask that our guests. Yeah, we had to dress like snakes. We kindly ask that our guests abide by the business casual dress code at our West Hollywood location. The following items are not permitted: beachwear, athletic tops and t-shirts, shorts, and flip-flops, including rubber and plastic thongs. And I was like,
that's what I wear to business.
Aloha shirt. Oh shit. Is that a beachwear thing? And I put in the Discord, we're like, oh, like they probably mean like swim trunks or whatever. And it also could be because the other location is in Santa Monica, so maybe that's what they have to differentiate the two. But then it did get in my head a little bit, so I did change my shirt before I left into like my I had my green striped Western shirt, which I mean, if I had buttoned it up, like it just looks like a green, like a striped green dress shirt. Doesn't really matter. And then I got there, and other people wearing shorts, so it doesn't. It didn't matter.
Well, that's
like,
You went as Green Man.
That's that's what. Anytime you go to a steakhouse in California, like that's what the dress code is. Like fucking gym shorts.
That sounds insane, honestly.
I mean, so it's one of the, like, obviously it says dress code, but like, so, and no one cared. Like, this is just like, and no one cared what I wore too. This kind of goes back to my whole corporate thing, and maybe again, I'm lucky I live in LA where wearing a suit isn't weird because you're probably standing next to a guy wearing something like Gucci and shit. Like, like it's LA. Bella Thorne was having dinner outside of like the room that we were in. This is like right in West Hollywood. Yeah. I said,
hey, Bella Thorne.
I'm trying to. I don't like. I literally don't even know like a movie that she's been in.
You should have asked her to shake it up.
Wasn't she in like a
the daughter of Rupert Thorne?
Maybe.
Probably.
I'm not sure.
Am I supposed to know?
You are supposed to know.
Oh well, shit.
You're a movie buff.
I should have said, "Hey, you're ruining OnlyFans." Is that what I should like?
Yeah,
you ruined OnlyFans. She did it.
She did it.
It was the past tense.
But yeah, it was like totally fine when I was there. Like me and Kyoshi were talking, like, oh, do you want to be the fashion guy at work? Like, what would you wear to like a corporate business meeting? And it wasn't like it wasn't corporate at all. Like they were talking like it's a what do you call it? Icebreaker conversations, because this is like the first time we're meeting with like these partners that we've had. We've already like worked for months together on Slack, but this is the first time we're meeting them in person. And it was like it was like a very serious discussion of like which superpower would you have, and then talk. I mean,
it's passing a speaking baton.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of fun. Like you're drinking a cocktail. You got like like the garlic bread going around or whatever, and it's like
yes,
the
garlic bread.
What was actually really funny was it was like a long table, so obviously we couldn't like talk to everybody. It wasn't like a round thing or like multiple tables or anything. And they were saying like, okay, would you get $1 million a year, but you're pursued by a killer snail?
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, but okay, so I was like, I'll take it further, right? Where it's like, that seems too easy,
I mean, it's fine by me.
I was gonna say like, but one of the thing is, if you're within 5 miles of the snail, you die. Like it's like, yeah, it moves slowly toward you, but it's still like, the threat of death is really real. Like, because you could argue, I think I heard them saying like, oh well, if the killer snail comes close, I could just kill it. It's a snail. But I'm like, no, like it's a snail for movement, but you die when it's like there.
Post in the chat what you would pick.
So is it like is it like a Goomba in Mario where if you touch it you just die?
Well, I was gonna say I'm saying if it's like when I altered the question, I was like, well, it's within 5 miles. Like it could have like a gun or something. Like,
it's a snail with a gun.
The snail has a gun.
Yeah,
because
the snail has a sniper on the roof.
So why don't? Okay, I think maybe maybe making it more abstract. Like, not a snail. Just something is coming very slowly, and it has a gun.
And it has a gun.
Well, it has a high-powered sniper rifle, so...
Or like, maybe it's just an evil force. It's a cloud.
It can hit you from 5 miles away.
It's the happening. Like, the happening.
Oh my god, the happening. The plants on both sides.
On both sides.
Both sides!
The plants on humanity's
side. That's what we call a callback.
Not humanity's side, the plant side.
Right.
And then they're like poking holes in the snails. Fine. How about how do you think you're getting the $10 million? The $1 million
in the snails, that probably would kill them.
If it's a snail, I'm putting salt everywhere.
Yeah, there you go.
Everywhere I go, trail of salt.
What I'm saying, okay, so remember I said
done.
Within 5 miles in any direction. It could be like
just a 5-mile radius. Okay.
Well, no, it's not.
Yeah, a 5-mile radius of salt.
5 miles
underground?
in every direction. So yeah, I was gonna say every direction. So like, I'll just be in an airplane. Like, no, like if it's still below you still die. Like 5 miles.
Well, okay, so I mean, it's fine. I'm fine in the ocean.
So then, in this case, you are just going to die.
Yeah, so that's $1 million.
I'm like, yeah,
so life,
like $1 million.
I'm gonna die in life anyway.
I think you're making it too hard.
Death.
Yeah, I think you're overdoing it.
What do you mean?
Because if
I live in America, there's a threat of death.
Here's the thing about snails.
An American boy.
Snails are good at crawling around in soil. I figure they could get underground very easily and just go underneath my house, and then I die of a heart attack or whatever, because that's the rules that I set out with the genie.
Well, so the answer is don't accept $1 million a year, right?
No,
are you trying to turn this into some sort of like world tale, like an allegory?
Right? If I die anyway in life, I'm gonna die.
I mean, like
the snail's gonna kill me. I'm taking the.
I know where the snail is.
Question. No.
Okay, well then how do I know I do? Okay, well I guess that's the whole thing.
But that's the whole thing, because it's like, a snail's coming at you, a killer snail. The original,
Immoral dilemma. You can't fly, right? So you can get in a plane.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just really trying to punish whoever takes the money.
I'm not trying to. I'm making it more of a decision.
Is this a capitalist allegory?
It's like that whole thing of would you step on this puppy for $10 billion? It's
yes.
Yeah. So it's too easy. It's too easy.
I like the ones. I like the ones where it's like
Ethan's taking the book. That's what we're getting from this.
I really like the screenshots where it's just like a picture of like a beautiful cabin in the woods, or or sometimes just a full-size house or mansion.
Yeah.
In the woods, and it's like, would you live here and get paid $100 million a year, but you can't go on Facebook?
I do that currently.
Yeah,
but that's my life now.
But imagine you can't go on anything Facebook owns.
Oh.
See, that's the kicker.
I mean, I think I'd be okay. My favorite one is like when they show like two like a meal for 3 people at McDonald's, and it's like, okay, someone offers you $100,000 to eat this in half an hour. Can you do it? And it's like 2 cheeseburgers and like a 10-piece nugget.
Yeah.
I could do more. Ethan and MJ last week. Like, come on.
I think I could do that.
All right.
Okay,
if
so to
flip a coin,
bring this back to the work discussion. Now.
Okay.
So what I thought was interesting here is like, again, it's like new people, and if you just bring a camera, you're gonna be known as that guy like forever, which is like that's like my cheat code to like wearing whatever the fuck I want. Like it's so good, But okay, so say you guys are in a situation, you guys are having a corporate, or maybe not corporate, you're having a work dinner with new people you haven't met yet. What do you wear?
Oh my god.
what am I wearing?
Oh my god.
Do I have to go?
Jeez, that's your question.
You're gonna be like, yeah, it's like, well, the killer sale. I'm not gonna take the $1 million a year. There's no alternative here. This is not a hypothetical.
All right.
So what? Wait, so I guess it would probably depend on like where the dinner was, like or what like.
Steakhouse.
It's a steakhouse. Okay, then I would probably do a classic Spencer going out look, just a sport coat and like Western shirt or something.
That's nice.
Yeah. Pretty. I mean, the cool thing about Western shirts is like they look like a dress shirt, but then they're like, and by that I mean they have a collar.
Yeah.
And like that's like the bare minimum. Yeah.
But then you look closer and you're like, wait a minute, this guy's casual. Yeah.
This guy.
I mean, like that's literally what I wore to mine.
There you go.
Like okay, again. Here's what the guys are wearing there. There was a guy. I love these guys are all great. They're super nice. Obviously, like they love these hypotheticals. Painting a weird picture of what happens at work.
Yeah. You just ask each other riddles. My job is
trolls.
Not making any money, by the way.
But yeah, so it was like the president of the other company was wearing a like a crew neck with a black crew neck, black bomber jacket, shorts, and white sneakers. That's what the CEO of the other company was wearing. One of the VPs is wearing a short sleeve floral shirt with jeans. Another one was wearing a floral shirt with like a Louis Vuitton belt and white jeans and like some like hype sneaker. Nice. There was one guy who was actually 20, so he couldn't even drink. Like he's so young.
Loser.
He was wearing the classic, like 2004. Like safari style shirt with like the epaulets and two chest pockets kind of a thing. One of those, like with jeans and sneakers.
Full back, huh?
What else?
More epic.
Like my coworker. Here's what my coworkers are working. So one of our salespeople wore like a dress. Our head of talent, who's like an influencer, and has a bunch of influencer friends, wearing like a satin dress with like cowboy boots, and like a button up overshirt as like a top. Really cool look. My friend Naveen wore a black polo with chinos. And then our other talent manager was wearing like jeans, driving mocks, and then a like floral short sleeve button up shirt.
Driving mocks.
Yeah, I mean, again, all great people. Like no one is no one is like trying to be fashionable, but like I feel like that's what normal like fashion guys would wear to the office. And I'm there wearing a navy suit, dark brown shoes, and like a green button-up shirt. And no one said any. No one even said, "Wow, Ethan, you look nice." Like no one.
You were literally memeing yourself. Like you're that stupid meme. Like no one knows what I'm wearing, and you're entering the party.
But it's like the positive version where like.
So it's the smiling Wojak standing in a corner.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that the suit is.
No one knows that my pants are high waisted.
Nobody.
It's straight up proof, man. Like no one fucking cares, And
True.
It actually was really good. I think the only time someone did bring it up is when because we're all talking, and the CEO. This is a really great move. Like not everyone could make it because it's like a Friday night, and we're working at an agency. The CEO of the other company actually sat at different parts of the table to talk to us, which I thought was a really, really nice move. And he's such a great guy. The company's small, so like he manages a lot of campaigns as well. And he did it's only when he asked me like, "Oh, what did you do before this?" I said I worked in menswear. He goes, "Oh, okay, like the suits like you're wearing." I'm like, "Yeah, exactly." Like that. And that was it.
Exactly.
What was really good?
You suck.
And so the whole thing was kind of like a bunch of obviously different conversations because it's like a longer table, kind of like the Last Supper thing going on.
Yeah.
And
did someone die at the end?
The only time when The only time when it got really quiet is we were talking about how a lot of the people in the other agency, the partner agency, they used to all be like influencers and Vine guys and everything. That's why they are managers now. And they talked about Tumblr and like how like, oh yeah, everyone just meets people online. And I said, oh yeah, I got like, I think they so like got catfished or whatever. And I like casually mentioned, oh yeah, I like got catfished and I paid someone money. And the whole room was like, what? And I had to tell the story about that girl that, like, from Michigan who gave me a Long Beach address to send money to, even though it's that's not. And it
One
wasn't
of the
her name.
first streams.
I think literally the first stream.
I think it was.
We need to get Ned Schulman on the case. Like track her down after.
Yeah, I think that was the first stream.
Yeah, and then shortly after that, we got our first ever win in Warzone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was great. I mean, I think obviously, like, if this was like if I was a lawyer, I probably wouldn't wear what I wore. But I think, well, I mean, like, yeah. So imagine you guys at your current jobs are going to like, again, Spencer probably worked at like, if his like journalism team or journalism the newspaper co-workers went out. I think they'll be staff. Thank you, the staff would do it. Jason, have you ever done like a work dinner? Like what have you worn to your work dinner?
I went to like a work lunch once with a vendor.
Nice. Like a vending machine.
Yes, with a vending machine. It was me and the vending machine.
Get some Twix.
Okay. Yeah, I went to like a work lunch with a vendor once, and I mean, I wore like one of my like Mad King George suits, and he wouldn't stop talking about it. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Because he kept. I mean, he was like, "Oh, who made that?" I said, "I did," and then he was like, "Oh, well,
bitch."
And then he just kept. He's like, "Oh, well, like what factory are you using?" I said, "I use a factory in like Shanghai," and he's like, "Oh, well, you really like this other stuff that we're making," and I'm like, ugh. I didn't want to go to the lunch to begin with, but he kind of forced me to. He like, forced me into do it. Like we went to his office for like to do some buying for another line of his, and then he's like, "Let's get lunch," and I'm like, "I guess it's like 2:00."
Late lunch.
Yeah. Then he's just trying to keep like selling me on stuff that like they're making that's similar but not really. It's a 2010s take on my my stuff.
What even does that be? Oh my god!
It's just he's like, "Oh, the peak lapels, we can do that," and I'm like, "I don't want you to. This is why you don't do this for me.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane."
Should have lied and told him your least favorite factory.
Yeah. Like, what's that one you use again? And oh, that one. Yeah, that's who made it.
This is actually best factory.
Yeah.
Never mind that their name is the worst factory.
Right.
Yeah, it's
a misnomer.
They're owned by a man named Worst.
But if I was going to like a work dinner, like
it's
with other
factor.
people, I'd probably I might break out the tweed, the pink tweed for a work dinner.
There you
if it was at like a fancier steakhouse or something.
Well, so in New York City, in the Big Apple, do fancy restaurants actually enforce dress codes? Do
Absolutely
like higher end restaurant? Okay.
No one gives you a code.
Especially now. There's like no rules. The only rule is that you just please have your vaccine if you're inside. And that is it. Like
do they have stations where they give you the chip?
Yeah.
Cool.
Or they give you
Matt, what about you? If you had have you ever done like a work thing with your coworkers or anything like that?
Right. Recently, we had we had to let someone go. Someone was out the door. Someone wasn't just fired; they were leaving after working in the menswear industry a long time. So it was literally like after shift. I didn't work that day, so my look was off duty, but theirs were sort of like that. They put a hat over, they're on duty, which is biz cash for them anyway, so it doesn't matter. But mine was casual because I just wear ties and tailoring now. But I had the leather jacket, the tan one with, I think my Levi. I can't remember what pants I was wearing. I might have been wearing the Levi's and like some boring. I think it was just some t-shirt, just some maybe like a striped t-shirt. But just something I need to like. It's weird. Brooks was like trying to be more casual and like how they want you to dress, but I'm just defaulting again to. I know you don't like that word, but it's, you know what I mean. The on-duty look of the ties, tailoring, button. I'm not mixing too much with the other stuff, so I can keep my school attire, the sneakers, and the casual stuff. So I did that look for this dinner. We just had like Mexican outside.
Ooh,
nice. MJ, what about you? I know you've hung out with your coworkers a couple of times. Did you have to like ever tone it down, or how do you do it?
Turn it
For what?
Not
Tone down
really.
for what?
I mean, let's get loud and crazy. Nothing too out of the ordinary for me. I feel like didn't really have to tone it down because I was already wearing stuff like short coats and jungle jackets, like to work or around them. But yeah, also did want to mention I haven't been exposed to much Uniqlo corporate variations because like when like the corporate managers like come visit the store, they usually just wear like a polo shirt and like one of the easy jackets and like that's it, or the like the down vest over an OCBD or you know like just like a regular button up. Nothing too like, I mean, like nobody's ever come in like a suit or anything, so it's pretty regular, I guess.
Yeah. Well, what about like, I mean, I guess you guys haven't had like the kind of like true like, you know, once you have your full-time corporate job or like a work. Yeah, other than I guess me and Jason, we guys haven't had to like be out with a client or whatever.
Is that well? I don't know. Is that something you'd be dressed up for these days?
What was that, Matt?
Well, is that something? I mean, today is that something you'd still really want to like dress up for, or is that less necessary?
Well, maybe Kiyoshi can provide some color.
Kiyoshi,
you know? I don't know if he's up for.
Yeah, color us Kiyoshi.
Thank you.
I wonder if he's like doing some like errands around like the house.
He's just
like,
thinking how to
here, you know.
I have to go get a microphone. I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
Okay, yes, I told you. He's like, oh shit, gotta walk back there. I mean, I think me and Kiyoshi talked like briefly like the day of, you know, like you don't want to be like the fashion guy or you know or make an event or make like a dinner like a fashionista kind of a thing. But I feel like again, being in LA, you know, like most people are gonna wear like something kind of flashy at some point, right? It's not as like, you know, it's not as plain as like,
buddy.
Ohio, I don't know what the fuck's over there.
Oh,
but and it's not like it's like, you know, you go to a dinner, like, you know, you go to a dinner, right? Like, and I've walked by back when I worked in Ascot Chang. I walked by like a this is really weird. You ever see places that have like their meeting rooms right near where people enter? Like, have you ever been to like a corporate office that does that?
In front of the like giant window in the entrance.
Yeah, exactly. Like right next to the reception. Like there was this real estate company not on Rodeo, but like on one of the streets next to it that I have to walk through to get to Ascot Chang, and they have their meetings like right there. It's like right in the open, you know. And like walking by, like, dude, I mean, obviously, real estate agents of Beverly Hills are probably, you know, it's not the most
that's where you want to be
corporate thing, but they're like blue suits, plaid jackets, like spread collar shirts, suede driving mock. You know,
where's that reality show? The real estate agents of.
Well, if you haven't seen
real estate agents of Beverly Hills,
you should look up $1 jillion properties with a dollar sign. I feel like
the real estate agents of the Real Housewives
right now, or is it like in limbo?
I think it's Pluto. I think Pluto TV has
Pluto, which is the most frustrating website of my life.
I think a little bit of a tangent. I really like the idea of Pluto TV. I think just having a simulation of cable is a pretty smart idea. Like, you know, because how many times have you gone through HBO, Netflix, Amazon, whatever, and been like, damn, there's just a lot of stuff. I don't know what to watch.
Are you pitching it to me?
I'm pitching Pluto TV to you right now. Isn't it nice that you could just go
Yoshi,
to
I think you need sound suppression on, by the way.
Okay, I don't know how to turn that on my thing, but I'll figure it out.
But anyway, it's nice that they just. I think the channels are a smart idea, and I can't believe no other streaming thing has done that before.
It's full circle, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll leave them on.
They got an Apple TV app.
Yeah.
I think they do.
Kiyoshi, you want to talk a little bit about what you'd wear to like a dinner thingy?
Yeah, so I mean, I have a dinner thing. Yes, my favorite thing to do. So I kind of have like two experiences with this. The first, obviously, is like
One.
where I currently work. You know, we usually, if we do go somewhere like stay house or something, it's, you know, on brand suits, just kind of usually no ties, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
But previously, when I worked for this Illinois Senate, they would have like more or less mandatory staff dinners or staff appreciation parties or like something along those lines. And that was a little bit more, you should kind of read between the lines of like where you're at. So like, yes, there was once where like one of the senators, like they kind of have a flop house where like a bunch of them have a 4-bedroom home that they use for when they're in session in Springfield, Illinois. And they have like a barbecue, and they throw a barbecue because they have a smoker and all this other stuff. So that's a little more casual. It's more kind of like, oh, wear some like shorts, but tuck in your button up, or wear a polo, right?
Yeah.
You know, maybe some boat shoes or loafers.
Give me the
Soft codes.
Yeah, but not t-shirts and jeans. You know, it's kind of like a little weird. And then, of course, they'd have like dinners at like a restaurant where it'd be like the entire staff is showing up. So then it was kind of expected to kind of more or less wear close to the same thing you wore to work. You may or may not be wearing a tie still at that point.
It's only a dipshit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that was just kind of, it definitely had that more kind of, it wasn't corporate, obviously, being public sector, but it kind of had like a similar...
And still in Chicago, right?
Chicagoland, yeah, more or less.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
In Midwest, the greater Illinois area.
So, like, what do you think? Like, what do you guys like? What would you not wear to like a dinner thing?
Like that,
right?
jeans, jeans for sure, sneakers,
jeans, right,
t-shirt.
Man, LA's got it easy.
Probably
That's
not
what
a
everyone
t-shirt
wears.
that says something.
Yeah, that sounds like you know, I stand for
Coney.
Yeah,
I probably I mean, I love the merch T-shirt and suit look.
Orgasm donor.
But I probably that's probably like my line.
I got getting fired for wearing a female body inspector T-shirt at a corporate event.
Ethan's,
You didn't make you pay for the dinner afterward.
My picture of my cock.
Yeah.
Oh man, that picture, dude. That picture is
crazy.
Oh
god, that's an incredible shirt.
Yeah. But that's I don't think I have like. I mean, I probably wouldn't wear a tie to a dinner unless I was wearing it already. You know, like at like a part of the day. But I think one thing I benefit from that just living in LA, but I haven't like gone to like the office yet. Like I haven't been like in the office like wearing anything. So it's like no one has seen like my really trad looks where I'm wearing a tie. So maybe now my precedent is like unbuttoned shirt with suit.
Yeah.
You know. So that might be kind of crazy.
I did do that.
To think about.
I would love it if you just change up your look. Like everyone expects you to be like tailored and stuff, and you just show up in like off-white and like hype beastie shit.
Yeah,
just, just to throw them off the scent a little bit.
Head to toe off-white.
I don't.
Just
I
different
don't think
shades.
anyone in my company. I think actually the merch team might be into like wearing stuff like that. You know. But yeah,
Just
I'm
for the
actually
job you
so.
want.
Yeah, just head to toe all of the like off-white belts that say off-white on them.
From like the Nordstrom rack, the not good ones.
Now, have you guys to switch it up a little bit? Have you guys ever like gone to the club at all?
No.
Yes.
I went
to
to
the
one.
Anime Expo one.
I went.
That's right.
I went clubbing in London. I think I like walked into a club with like some friends at some point after I turned 21 here, and then we decided to leave and like go to another place. And I'm just
Did you stand in line for that and pay a cover?
No, it wasn't. No, we didn't stand. Okay. No, it wasn't like I've never paid to get into.
That
a
would have
club.
been horrible.
I've never paid to get into a club.
Yeah, that sounds.
I'm not interested. I'm just like not interested. I haven't sought it out.
Yeah, it's I again, this is like not really what I do, but sometimes you have friends who go to this kind of stuff, right? And so the full story here is that same work dinner. I got out kind of late. The dinner was supposed to end at 7:30, but of course things go on. You're talking with your coworkers and everything like that. We ended like at 9:30. I texted my girlfriend like, "Hey, you still want to come and like watch a movie or whatever?" And she goes, "Actually, I'm gonna go to sleep because we have another party to go to the next day." And so I was like, "Okay, fine." I texted my friend Annie like, "What's up?" She goes, "Oh, we're about to go to do a kickback at my friend Arthur's house, who I've had like Friendsgiving with before." I went over there.
What's a kickback?
And what?
What is a kickback? What is that?
It's
that's
where
like
if you like donate to someone after they've like given you a contract for something and as a politician.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
No, it's like it's it's kind of it's not like a party, but you're still like hanging out at someone's house drinking. Like that's kind of and it's like not just one on one. It's like like maybe like 4 or 5 people, like a group of people. It's
So
not,
like
but not a party.
Like a dinner party?
Well, without dinner, I guess.
Okay. So like when you just have
yeah,
friends over, it sounds like we just have friends over. You're hanging out.
People call that a kickback. That's what people.
That's stupid.
Group hangout.
That sounds like a West Coast term of art.
It must be.
It could be. So anyway, we go there, and I have I already had 2 cocktails at dinner. I had a steak. My stomach is killing me because, crazy stuff. MJ, it was almost like that time where I had a 16-ounce steak, and then I had like shots of soju, and it was not good. So I used the restroom at my friend's house, and and we're just talking. I open up like a can of seltzer just to hang out, and then they go like, "Yeah, we should go to Ktown and go to the club." And we're like, "Ha ha ha, it's so funny." And then like they go like, "Oh yeah, the Uber will be here in like 5 minutes," and I'm like,
"Oh no."
Oh shit!
You shoot yourself at the club.
You're like, I signed up for a kickback.
And then they're like, "Oh yeah, Ethan, you're coming, right?" And I'm like, I don't know, like like I don't want to have to Uber myself or drive myself. Like, oh no, like we got an Uber XL, like we're all gonna fit, like it's gonna be fine. I'm like, oh
boy,
okay, it's like 10 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, either I go home and like watch a movie or whatever, or I go to like this like lounge that they're gonna go to. I'm like, okay, fine, let's go. And I'm still wearing what I'm actually wearing. I'm an Ascot Chang suit, green Western shirt, loafers, whatever. Kind of fine. Other people, the girls, there's a guy wearing a Vineyard Vines t-shirt and like chinos and like Converse. Another guy is wearing a like plain button-up shirt, jeans and slacks, and the other guy is wearing a what do you call it? Like a plaid Western button-up shirt, like the ones you get like the Van store or whatever, like back in the day, or Aeropostale, one of those things, with like jeans and like white sneakers or like Adidas or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then like one girl is like full, like wearing all black, like a black like bodysuit tucked into like black shorts and like a gold belt, and then the girl is wearing like a merch t-shirt with like a skirt and like heels or some kind of like shoe or something like that. And then my friend Annie is wearing like a crop top with like jeans and like a plaid jacket. So it's kind of an interesting kind of look. Whatever. We're all I'm there. I'm kind of wearing a suit, and we go to this bar lounge in Ktown, and we're drinking there, and they go, well, let's go to Terracotta, and that's like a club, and it's like 11:30, and I'm like, okay, it's not that late. I'm kind of interested in what's going on, and I was debating on like taking a lift back to my friend's house and just bring my car home, and we lose one of the guys. Because there was a guy and his girlfriend there. So that's what I'm saying. So there was 3 girls and 3 guys, and one of the girls and guys were dating. Okay, and so but we were about to leave for Terracotta, and we're missing one of the dudes, and we're like, this is not like a crazy like lounge. Like it's actually a pretty easy lounge to like to go and talk to, and so we're walking out, and he's talking to a girl at the bar.
Huh.
Oof.
He's talking to some girl at the bar, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm She's like the buyer, and he's like he has like a seltzer company that he started or
Maybe
whatever.
he's networking.
I'm trying. Yeah, no, that's what it is. He's like, oh, I'm just trying to get my my seltzer in this bar, and he's like, yeah, go on without me. I'm gonna stay here and talk. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like,
Oh
that's
no, he tried to bang her.
with his girlfriend there with us, dude.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's like honestly, right? Like if you were in there, you would like, oh, cool. Who's the manager? Get a business card. Maybe come back later, or like do a phone call or something, right?
Yeah.
But no, he like stayed there,
He was trying
and
to
so we
carbonate
went.
that
We
conversation.
went to Terracotta, okay, and like the girls got drunk. They're like, yeah, where's my boyfriend? Blah blah blah. Like and the other girl was like, yeah, let's
Yikes.
fight him or whatever. Like and man, Terracotta, it's crazy. Like there was, like it's like red lights, like it's like the whole club was like bathed in red light. There's like a long bar, like the bar is like just long, so people could just keep ordering drinks. There's like tables there, drunk people. There's like every so often a drink would spill, so like the people would come out with like a mop and like kind of cordon it off and like wipe it up or whatever. It was crazy, and so many like the guys there. It's like it's like joggers and jeans and like joggers and like sneakers and like t-shirts. You got like the the like plain t-shirt with like the chain. You also got a couple of like the Asian club guys or whatever wearing like the gray H&M suit with like a dark shirt. You got the classic like club look, and of course every girl there is wearing some kind of like bodycon dress. And I'm just there like taking it all in, man. Like it is wild. Like I had like they gave me another drink, but I didn't really like drink all of it because I still gotta drive home after this. I'm like half an hour away from there. But it was just so wild, and like I'm at the club wearing this shit. It's
on a
crazy.
Tuesday.
Like, luckily, and luckily like no one spilled anything on me, right? But like it's kind of like. It's an odd place to be, and I'm kind of like oddly appropriate for it because that guys are wearing like button-up shirt with like a suit. Obviously, my suit is not fitting in the same way that they do it, but it was like again, no one really bats an eye.
Yeah. I mean, I referenced this at the party yesterday, but suit at the club is just you're doing an American Psycho look. Then that's just it's just kind of like hey, Christian Bale looked cool in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't wearing a tie at least, right? Like that's
big takeaway from American Psycho. He looked really cool.
Looked pretty cool. Those sunglasses, really nice.
Cool guy.
Cannot be disputed.
Cool guy. Yeah. Well, what's funny is that like a couple of like when I was in college, people were like, oh yeah, Ethan, you would like love the club. You can like get dressed up and go and dance or whatever. And I'm like, I always was like, I don't think you guys know how I dress, man. Like I don't think I would wear this to the club, right?
The club has all of my least favorite things in one place.
Yeah.
Like.
Crowds, loud music, overpriced drinks.
Yeah, like people not obeying personal space.
I was thinking like while I was there, I was like, how did I not see anyone that I follow or that I'm like tangentially friends with? And as soon as I thought that, I made eye contact with someone, and it was my old coworker. No, it was my old coworker who left the company in like February or March for like a different job, and I was like, oh my god, it's like. Of course it's her because we would talk like how she loves to like go to clubs, and it was pretty funny. Like she was kind of drunk, and I had never met her in person before ever. Like we've had after a work meeting we'd like stay on and just like kind of talk and shoot the shit on like a Zoom call or whatever. But this is the first time we met literally like face to face, and it's like that's kind of hilarious, right? Yeah. Like that's kind of like wild. That's like imagine. Like only I mean I don't know if that's like an LA thing or that's just kind of like a luck of the draw like with like remote work or whatever that you'll run into someone that you're
see for me I wouldn't have run into them. I would have saw them, ducked, and went somewhere else.
Hey, unlike you guys, I
don't care if they're my friend. I'm not.
Oh really? Okay, even if they're your friend,
you're out.
No.
So you go to witness protection
you go to a club and you see me there, like dragged along by like my other friends, and you're like, "Oh, there's Ethan. Not gonna say hi."
Like I'm not getting involved in this.
I can't be seen there. Yeah.
I'm out of here.
I guess I guess if it's like actual friends, maybe. But if it's like someone
there can't be two menswear people at that kind of place,
Right. If it's someone that I know or like knows me, I'm not. Where I'm ducking.
You're asking for it.
Okay. Well, Kiyoshi, what were you saying?
Well, on that tangent, I I loathe to see someone I know on public transit.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh.
Yes.
Because it's
Nothing
like
is worse.
it's like, oh no, like
Now you have to go over and talk
you
to
weren't
them.
expecting to hang out with them, and then also like my rule of thumb is shut the hell up on public transit.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more awkward than like a silent crowded L car where you two are just having a conversation like, hey, what's been going on?
Oh, that's
I've not
horrible.
seen you for 8 months, and like we never talk normally, but now we have to talk during morning rush hour.
So learn
And,
ASL.
And then it's like, oh no, like when is your stop? Oh, it's like, oh shit, my stop's until after your stop.
Yeah,
I have to at least make it down, like
I have
for another
literally
15 minutes.
You're an hour out of your way.
I run to the other side of a platform to not see somebody I know.
It's so bad.
Because then it's like you said, it's a hangout. Because then you make eye contact. Now you have to like sit with them. You can't be like, "Hi, don't come near me." You know?
Yeah. Like my thing instantly becomes like, only look at my phone, pull out the sunnies,
sunglasses, headphones,
like
hat, glasses. Yeah.
I will admit to having that happen once and being like, I'm just gonna avoid the rest of this like awkwardness and be like, yeah, I gotta jump off here, gotta go to a doctor's appointment.
Get up at a different stop.
He just had a giant newspaper.
And I just leave that. I just got off at the next stop and just waited for the next train.
I've done that before.
I get it. It's like passive aggressive.
Well, it's like it's not like I'm doing anything wrong. It's just like I don't have this much conversation in me this early in the morning.
Absolutely.
Forever.
Yeah,
it's very true. I relate to this so hard.
Oh, wait, Kiyoshi, did you say you went to clubs before or like?
I've been to some. It's horrible. Every time I go, I regret it. It's kind of like your situation where you're kind of like, oh, we're all doing this. It's like, okay, fine. I guess fine. I'll go. And then it's just every time I've gone, I'm just like, this was a bad idea. Like, why did I come here? I'm so bored. I could be at a normal bar drinking much better booze by myself.
Right.
By myself. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for one time we went to for Spencer's birthday, we went to kind of a club, little dance thing.
A discotheque.
Yeah, we went to Clifton's, which is like it used to be an old cafeteria back in like the 20s or 40s or whatever, but now it's like a multi-level like kind of bar. It's still like a restaurant, but like there's like different levels, like different types of music. They have like a tiki bar on the top floor. Like a dance thing in the middle, and then like they also have like rockabilly or like a jazz band or something like that in some of the other levels. But there, like Spencer wore an early version of the going outfit where he wore like a denim OCBD from Kamakura with like a tweed jacket and a beanie, and then I wore because we were at something beforehand. We were at like a Gooch Collective event, and I was wearing leather jacket, spear point shirt with a tie. Gray flannels and like a beret, and this is also pre-bearded Spencer and Ethan. So this is a pretty fun time, and I actually danced a little bit. But
he got down, he boogied.
This is like 20. I was like 22, or no, I was like 23 and turned 21. I think it was his 21st birthday. Yeah, I think I danced a little bit at the club because we were just kind of in the middle of it, and I'm like holding my drink. And dancing at the club is just like moving your shoulders a little bit, like you're not really like, you're holding your drink. And you're like, yeah, you do that thing with guys who like they dance with their hands, like they point and like or whatever.
Okay,
yeah. That's what they do. But that's like club attire. Like, what would I know Kiyoshi said you've done it before, but like Spencer, MJ, Matt. Jay, like imagine, like you have to go to the club, like it's happening.
I have to go to the club.
What do you
or the snail is gonna come get you.
Or the
snail's coming. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Leather bodies.
Hey, how about this? For $1 million, a snail is chasing you for an entire year, and the only safe place you are from the snail is a club. Is a club.
On Friday and Saturday nights. That's the only thing you got.
Do you still get $1 million a year?
Yeah.
Yes, but only after the year is over. You can't have the $1 million now to spend
it's
at
a
the
lump
club.
sum. I can't just.
Damn, it's
Yeah,
on the salary.
yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I need
So you have to go to the club either broke as hell or with whatever's in your current bank account while you're running from this murderous snail. Would you take the deal? Going to the club every Friday and Saturday.
Well, see, because I can't go broke because then how will I afford my loud pattern shirt?
You can go with your friends. Can I tell my friends that there's a snail chasing me? Or is this like a
what if your friends
Brewster's
don't
Millions
like
where you're not allowed to tell anybody why you have to go to the club every Friday and Saturday?
It's a Brewster's
I
Millions.
think this definitely is more of a Brewster Snail Millions kind of scenario.
Well, if I have to be miserable, then my friends do too. So I'll take a couple friends that I don't have. But
is this a deal? So if I back out, I die. It's not like, oh, you back out, you don't get the money, then the snail kills you.
You die in the game. You die in real life.
I mean, honestly, either way, all of my problems are solved if I die from not going to the club and if I get $1 million. So a real Sophie's choice here, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, the first year would suck. The first year would suck when you have to like still work a job. But
That's
after
a bummer.
that,
right?
After the first year, I don't think it would be that bad because you basically only have to work 2 days a week.
What kind of club?
And like you don't really have to like dance if you don't want to. Like I could just be like a grumpy
Bacon,
Dutch.
mayo, turkey.
I might sit in the corner. I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid either way.
Right. What kind of club is it? Let's open this up. Is it like a
lettuce,
jazz club?
tomato?
Or...
Look up Terracotta, man. Look it up.
Okay, so we specifically have to go to Terracotta in Koreatown.
Oh man, like I'm just saying, so you have a frame of reference for
No, I think it should be that club. It should be. You have to go there.
Oh, okay.
I'm just picturing a dance club from an old College Humor video.
Now, so I have to go to Terracotta in Koreatown of Los Angeles every Friday and Saturday. That's going to be way more expensive.
But you're getting flown in for free.
But if you DM them or click the link below, you can book your VIP table today.
Okay.
Actually, no, you have to take Amtrak all the way there.
I have to Amtrak. I can't even take a plane.
No.
I have to Amtrak.
Here you go. Here it is.
Holy
Thanks,
shit!
Joe
That
Biden.
sucks.
Man,
Wow. This looks like a super spreader event. I'm just looking at the Instagram.
I think, you know what?
This was taken yesterday.
I think I'm going to die. I think I'd rather die.
Yeah, you have to go now.
You either have to be chased by the snail or you could be at the club and get COVID.
Yeah,
And
I think I'd rather die by snail.
Okay,
The snail
no COVID. No
So
COVID.
this is kind of weird. I'm reading
I think
about
I'd still rather
Terracotta.
die.
The restaurant industry is a pretty shady industry, and I'm wondering
You
what
don't
happened
say.
here. So, Terracotta opened, and then 8 months later they shut down, and like came back with new management as like the
this is a
nightclub
cover.
before they were just like a regular restaurant.
Oh,
Bada bing.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, what if it was go to Arena in Ktown where they have a neon sign that says "I do it for the Ratchets."
Oh god, I'm dying. I'm killing myself. Actually, the snail's not even getting me.
The snail's not-
You're like, I'm just
go
going to
it on my
swallow
turn.
the snail.
How about
Escar,
you have to
go
go?
away.
You actually you're going to the Austin Powers themed nightclub in Burbank.
Oh yeah, baby.
well, I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that. $1 million.
It'd be fun to do once.
Yeah.
Fun to do once.
I can finally wear that
Twice a
tuxedo.
week for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
my
baby.
God. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Before.
Just get ready to hear like Soul Bossa Nova over and over.
Yeah.
They
there
better
you go.
only be playing
Over.
that. They can't be.
Michael
I don't
Caine's
want any
always
other
there.
songs.
Yeah, Michael Caine is. There's always a Michael Caine impersonator.
He's just taking pictures.
There you go. There's
But just
there's
the classic Kane.
Yeah.
So bringing it back
Wow.
to clothes, I would push techwear to its limits.
Techwear, yeah, breathable.
Just
you know.
breathable, water resistant, and then you look cool to normies. So like, it's,
There you go, all black,
It's
baby.
perfect.
That's it.
Yeah.
I would wear the shirt with the loudest patterns, the craziest colors as possible, and I think that would really show off how cool I
Floral
was.
shirt and skinny tie.
Mhm.
You know, T-Pain in his famous song "I'm in Love with a Stripper." I might do that fit where he is in a fresh white suit.
Ooh,
There
you know
I
what?
love a fresh white.
A fresh white suit.
I'm with you, dude. As a white suit owner,
So how do you incorporate its
I think
freshness?
that
Do you have
has
to
to
buy a new one every time?
Yeah,
of
you
course.
just a ton of Febreze, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a Spotify playlist called Arena Anthems Volume 1.
Go into the club in a
Oh,
fresh
boy.
white suit.
Right next to Joe Rogan.
I think this might
Maybe
be,
even a pair of Oakleys and a top hat.
if I
I'm mixing T-Pain eras here, but you know, they'll get the vibe.
You're on a boat.
I think.
if I were in a Brewster's Snail Millions situations where I had to go to the club, I think this is when I would really
Classic.
I would really start to invest in more black clothing, which I need to do at some point, but I don't own any, and I would probably I would still probably do my I'm on record as saying the coolest a guy can look is like James Caan in like 1975 or whatever. So
just get it like a Tom Ford suit.
I would probably just do just all black, but severely unbuttoned, wide lapel suit, something like that.
I would steal a Tom Ford suit for this. I wouldn't buy it.
Because you're not getting paid until the end of the year. You can't afford it.
That's very true.
You can't afford it.
Get that shit on layaway.
Exactly.
Going to Tom Ford. You do a layaway?
Can you imagine?
Hurry up and talk
arrest
to me. I
you.
got a snail coming after me.
I got a snail.
please.
I got a big snail problem.
Is Tom here? Can I speak to Tom, please?
Mr. Ford.
Mr.
Not with
Ford,
those
he'll
snails.
understand.
You'll have to believe me, please.
And then he
God.
says, "Oh,
Please.
you took the snail deal."
You
That's
poor
fine.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, I've got just the thing for you.
And then, just a thing for you. Pulls out fresh white suit.
It's Zara.
There you go.
The snail special.
Oh my God. Well,